the 13th of October 2024, and it's Sunday. Hail Mary surprise. Now, years ago, everyone went to church and mass and everything else. It's not so much now. And my family were Catholic, Roman Catholic, and it was drilled into us from an early age. And there were undoubtedly many excesses and wrongs committed over the years. However, the view of most people is that we still keep the spirituality of our faith and still support the churches as best we can. Maybe some of us fall a bit short. But in any event, down in County Cavan in Mullahoran, there was a Smith family who emigrated to New York, I think it was, and their son Al Smith did very well in politics and began to run for president. And he didn't make it, and it was always agreed that the reason was that the American establishment was afraid that if a Catholic became president, it might give the Pope an angle or some power over the United States as a country, and he didn't make it, as it turned out. But we've never heard much Catholicism really brought into American presidential debates, and maybe religion is best kept out of it to some degree, but I'm just commenting on that. Now, it was the 13th of July, I think it was, a shooter took a shot at presidential candidate Donald J. Trump, the most controversial one, I'm sure you agree. And I can tell you from using firearms that if you had a plate of steel this thick of that matchbox, at 100 yards, the bullet would go straight through it. The right bullet would go through it at 100 or 200 yards. So had it hit him, he would be dead. It would be a terrible scene, and it would have been on television and all of that. So it would have been terrible. But even for those who were against him, they wouldn't probably agree with that. Now, however, he returned to Butler to the very same spot at the very same time, 6:11 p.m. And what happened there, I'm going to play it to you now, but it's introduced by a Catholic society in America. And I think it's worth looking at. It is very nice, and we will maybe say a wee prayer along. Now, bear in mind, the Ava Maria is the Latin version of the Hail Mary. The English and Gaelic Hail Mary derives from the Ave Maria in Latin, the Blessed Virgin Mary. Donald Trump's mother was reared in Stoneway in Scotland. They would have been a Christian family, and she would have heard the Gaelic language, Scots Gaelic, spoken until she was about 16. So there may be a wee thing of that, even though it would seem to be alien the way things worked out. But I'm only telling you about this. Now, Christopher Macchio is a famous singer, very famous singer, male singer, and he sings all that operatic stuff like Pavarotti and all of that. So I'm just going to set up my computer here and play this for you.
For joining in our weekly patriotic rosary. So I got to tell you something. On Friday, Catholics for Catholics released a video basically putting forward new evidence that Our Lady of Fatima may have had a role in protecting President Trump's life back in July at the first assassination attempt. It's a video worth watching and I invite you to see it. Now get this. Yesterday, when President Trump returned to Butler at 6:11 p.m., this is the precise time when they tried to kill him back in July. The president invited everyone to have a moment of silence remembering Corey, the victim, and others. What song did they play? Ave Maria. For 3 powerful minutes, thousands stood there in silence and prayer as the Mother of God's song was played in the background. Look, I don't know how this all is connected or what's going on behind the scenes, both on the spiritual and temporal level. But at the same time, I'm not stupid enough to ignore that the Blessed Mother Mary is working. She's hearing our prayers of believers across this nation who are beseeching her intercession for America in this time of great need. Know the signs of the time. God is working, and we got to keep this up. Thank you all, and we'll see you next Sunday.
And I would like to ask everyone to join me in a moment of silence.
I find that very historical and somewhat unusual and moving that the man who could be the next leader of the United States uh, pours praise and thanks on the Blessed Virgin Mary and allows and has the Hail Mary sang at his event. I'd ask my viewers, if you found that good, would you please just circulate this around your friends? I don't want to push my videos generally, but if you have friends, particularly not if they're of the Christian denomination, just to circulate it around and ask them to view it. It must be remembered too that Jesus Christ is part of the Muslim religion, but in a different way. In an earlier stage, they see him as an earlier prophet. So just to pass it round and let's see what people think. Thank God that Trump was saved. A man called Corrie lost his life and several were injured, and really the event was more to mark the sadness and the bravery and the sacrifice made by Mr. Corrie than anything else. But as a result, we still have an election coming up on the 5th of November, and we have the candidates we would expect still alive. See you back for something else. Do give a like this time and do comment if you want. Maybe you could say I'm an old softy, or you're getting a bit soft in your old age or something like that. I don't mind what you say, but I did enjoy that, and I might play it again now and say the Hail Mary along with it. So we'll see you back. I do not want to see destruction of our Catholic or Christian or whatever denomination ruled out from our society. I don't want to see it taken out. It's part of what we are, and I think we should keep it. And I find it very sad that the traditional political parties in Ireland have moved to such a degree that is a risk. We can only try and hope for the best. But you look at the shooting of Trump on the 13th of July 2004. That was a semi-miraculous thing. It was either the best luck you could have, or there was some little other interference to keep him going. And for all his faults, and the whole thing about Christianity is that people have faults. Nearly all the people Christ came upon had faults and were doing something which we wouldn't approve. And it was through those faults that that our religion gathered its faith. I mean, St. Paul was killing Christians. So I don't want to preach religion. It's not good. I'm not good at it. It's not my sortie. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope we get lovely comments underneath, and that you will play that, and we'll play it back and forward. And there are other versions of it there that are excellent, and actually the singer goes on, I believe, later to sing Nissa Norma, another beautiful song, so by Puccini. So off we go. We'll see you now, for folks. Thank you very much. On 11 minutes, not too bad on a Sunday morning. That's it. Bye bye.